Monday morning, looking over, looks like the mayor's on the phone. Hello, Mayor Victorino. How's your day?
Hello, Vika. How are you doing?
I'm okay. You had a great weekend?
Well, we had a good weekend. I'll say that. Our cases, as you well know, was 0, so that helps a lot. But I am a little concerned that Oahu, Honolulu, has had a kind of big jump there.
Yeah.
6 and 7, and yesterday 2. We'll see what happens today. You know what I mean?
Yep, exactly.
So, anytime you start seeing a spike anywhere, although Josh Green, Lieutenant Governor, did make some sense in saying that this was from the Memorial Day weekend, which is just about 2 weeks, kind of fits right in that category. It scares me that once we let people get going again, they forget to practice caution, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't exercise caution. And yesterday when I drove, and I took Mrs. V and I went out to Lahaina all the way out to Kapalua, and as we traversed the beaches, I noticed a lot more gatherings of people, and that concerns me. And not wearing masks. Yeah, I know it's outdoors, the sun, the UV, all that. I agree. And that's why I would not, get overly excited at this point. But I saw more than I had seen when we first opened up a month ago. So concerning, I'm not saying that I'm going to stop anything. I'm just concerning that people are letting their guard down, and that could be detrimental in the near future.
I know. But all we can do is give them personal responsibility and see what happens, yeah?
And remind them that this is their kuleana.
Yeah.
They need to exercise that responsibility, or else we're going to have to step back. You look at New Zealand. Today they're relaxing all restrictions because they've had no new cases, and they're COVID-free right now. We want to be there too. We want to get there and have the same results. And so we need everybody working hard to make that happen.
So does this kind of damper the plans of maybe reopening like Oahu did?
No, I'm not changing my approach. I'm still looking at next week, as I've mentioned in my press conferences, that next week, Monday, I'd like to reopen a number of the other events and properties and businesses that have been closed all this time, what I would consider the higher risk area, and get sports started up again. But take it one step at a time. Honolulu is, I think Kauai is doing also, and us. I'm not sure on the Big Island what they're doing yet. We're going to open paddling again for our canoe clubs and their participants. But again, good sanitation, watching yourself, good hygiene. You got to do your part. If everybody's doing their part, I think we can continue to move forward.
Yep, definitely. Hey, speaking of moving forward, looks like that $67 million came through into law, Friday? Yeah, you put them in.
Yes. Well, that's just from the states, from the county side. Now we need to make sure the state gets us our money. And I understand that the governor has agreed to release half the money now and half in the very near future.
Okay.
I've learned sometimes it's better not to buck the system and just go along and just do the job we need done. I'm not going to use them all one day anyhow. So this money will be direly needed for a lot of our personal needs, for people out there that have these challenges with, as this pandemic moves forward and hotels don't reopen or will reopen by phases. A lot of employees may not be getting their jobs back right away. Unemployment and other aid that they've been getting may start to dwindle a little. So we've got to be prepared to help those unemployed continue to at least survive, and hopefully also retrain them for jobs that may be coming available. Even the hotels may be changing how they operate. They've been talking about that with me. And so there's a lot on the horizon. So we're trying to put together, and we have a basic strategic plan that we'll start moving on starting this week already and slowly implementing it so that we are ready as the openings come about.
You know, we've been reminding our listeners about your Hawaii Emergency Laulima partnership with MEO. You know, off the top of your head, how are things categorized as far as people applying for stuff like mortgages, rent, electric bills? Is there like a tier of disparity or a certain sector that they kind of go through?
Well, it's on the webpage, qualifications and the different tiers. If you're a family of 2, family of 3, 4, 5, I believe it goes up to, I think, family of 6. And so, as each level, you get more money for your family needs, yeah?
Yeah.
It's based upon you losing your job and or a minimum of 25% reduction in your paycheck. Also, you don't have anything more than $5,000 in what they call liquid assets. That's savings, and so we're looking now as we go a little deeper, because people now may have exhausted some of that assets. We may make it a little bit more feasible and higher numbers as we get deeper into this. But that was the original criteria, and now we're looking to increase that and change it a little to help more people as we move along, yeah?
Got it. Awesome. Well, any other updates you'd like to give us as far as what we can be prepared for?
Well, again, 3 things. I ask people to please support our local restaurants and businesses. I think opening up the Kama'aina economy is really good. Our Kama'aina First program, get on the webpage. You'll find a lot of discounts being made available. I think well over 300 plus businesses have already offered discounts, and some of them very sizable. That's the first thing you can do, helping our local economy by helping our local businesses. They need the help right now, and I think we as citizens, we need to help them, because whenever you have fundraisers, whenever you have different events, guess who's there at the table donating or giving you prizes? It's many of these local businesses, yeah?
Exactly.
Secondly, those who have available jobs, look at taking those jobs and taking them back as soon as possible. Restaurants are beginning to open up, and they're having a hard time getting people to come back. Some of it is because people weren't really prepared to come back right away. So my question to them is, when will you be ready? Because they need to reopen in-room dining, so that they have that dining service available. I believe Tasty Crust is opened up. Sheiks will open up today. All these small and mom-and-pop local, but the bigger ones are starting to open up also. And so we want to be able to make sure that they have the necessary labor force to get back started. And I guess the third thing is really continue to work together, help each other out. In these times of needs, Maui's biggest asset is the way we work together to help our neighbor, our family and friends all around us, making sure that we have a little more, we give. And if they have a little more, they help us. Everyone helping each other together, I tell you, we'll, again, as I said so many times, Kavika, we'll come out of this stronger than ever, and we'll have a new economy, and something I think many of us over the next 4 or 5 years will build and sustain and keep our children here and not have to have them move to the mainland if they want to live here, play here, and raise their families here.
Mayor Victorino, again, thank you for the update on that. 4 p.m. We'll be keying in on the latest developments as the day goes on.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. God bless you. Aloha to everyone out there in Maui County and anyone listening. Stay safe and stay healthy. Aloha.